Okay, first of all, congratulations. Your organization's too big now. So how long have you been an Eagle?
This is my third year as a member of the Eagle. I belong to NCR 84 region, no? And I'm proud that I've been very active as a member since I was on board in 2022. So whenever I enter any organization, I make it a point to be very active. And since then, I've always been active in Eagle for the last 2.5 years.
How does your being an Eagle can connect with your position at the Department of
Well,
Education?
the advocacy right now is really to, we all know that there's an education crisis right now in handling school infrastructure and facilities stand in the Department of Education. My push is really when I move around within the various clubs in the region is to ask them for help, that a little help they can give in the infrastructure, because while the Vice President right now is doing the reforms in the education sector with respect to curriculum, teacher development, learner protection, and of course the school infrastructure, we all know that if we improve our curriculum, improve teacher excellence, learner protection, if they are being taught and learners being taught outside of the classroom, then they will not be able to maximize learning. So the push is really in a very small way with our Eagle members sponsor repairs, sponsor one classroom to put up, because for every one classroom they put up, they are able to house at least 50 learners in a regular normal classroom. This changes the lives of 50 Filipino children. So that those small ways we will welcome as a support, no, from Eagles, the education sector.
Sir, hindi ba maapektuhan yung matatag nung pag-phase out ng senior high school?
No. Senior high school will always be there because there's a law, the Public Act 1053, which is the K-12 program. So the senior high school will not be phased out. What is being done right now is the whole curriculum from K-12 is being revised and improved to the benefit of the learners moving forward. So that's the phase out, unless the law is changed.
May dalawang concern kasi about yung sa senior high school. Ito lang yung major na alam ko, being the campus press editor, siyempre nakikita ko lahat, no? Number one is that wala namang nagawa eh. And second is, paano ngayon pag nawala na, hindi na tayo kapareho ng ibang countries na 12 years.
That's why I'm saying, senior high school, grade 11 is 12, is now being reformatted and revised based on the original objective of the law. The original objective of the law is to make our K-12 graduates readily employable and can already start working after they graduate K-12. Apparently, when the law was being implemented until at least this time, the ultimate objective is not being met. That's why the curriculum is now being revised to meet the objective of the law, making our graduates of the K-12 program readily employable and can already make earnings after graduating K-12, no longer needing to go to college just to be employed. So, naayos na yan ngayon. Malinaw yan kasi I think when the law was passed, I think there were only 4 or 5 countries in the world that are only K-10. Isa tayo dun sa 4 na yun. And many of our applicant OFWs at the time are being questioned or their applications are rejected because they only have 10 years of schooling. So right now, na-adjust na yan because they take some time. It's just a matter of revising the senior high school to make sure they are readily employable, or graduates are readily employable upon graduation.
Ano po ang preparation ng Deped ngayon sa next Pisa? Sa next Pisa, kaya sa assessment, Pisa assessment, anong preparation ng Deped ngayon?
Yung 2022 Pisa naman, lumabas yun before us, no? So we're already preparing, and by 2025, when the next exams are made, hopefully we will improve our position, hopefully much better in terms of scores.
May mga lawmakers na nagsasabi na kasi mataas yung score ng Baguio City, kasi alam niyo ng mga tao doon, mga English speaking, di ba? Na i-adapt yung sistema ng Baguio, Cordilleras para sa rest of the country para mag-improve yung PISA.
I will not preempt our curriculum and teaching strand. I think they're in the best position whether or not to use that as a basis in improving our curriculum until the next Pisa exams in 2025.
So personally po, ano masasabi nyo? Kasi yung 2018, tapos yung 2022, tapos this is our third time, di ba? Sa 2025, this is the third time that the Philippines will join PISA. So ano pong nakikita yung projection? Will there be an improvement?
I think we will do better by 2025. What is important is that under the administration of Vice President Sara Deped, there is a recognition that our education sector is in crisis. Because how can you solve a problem if you do not even recognize that there's a problem? So she recognized that problem, and we are doing the reforms, and this is the reason why these four very important strands of reforms was developed, the Matatag agenda. It's again improvement of curriculum, development of teacher excellence, protect our learners, and of course, making sure that there are enough school facilities or infrastructure for our learners.
Earlier, you said na kayo yung nag-push through ng Campus Journalism Act.
Yeah.
So we are both campus journalists before we...
Yung panahon na estudyante pa tayo in the early 90s, we pushed, at the time I was a student activist, we pushed for the Campus Journalism Act of 1990 to be enacted into law so that our campus journalists, specifically the student sector, will be able to write freely and of course improve the writing skills and communications of many of our young students from then until today.
So what makes yung generation natin better writers than the generation today?
Mahirap mag-comment, no? But more or less because at the time we were really trained in English, no? And straight Filipino. So wala tayong Taglish nung araw. I remember, meron tayong mga English subjects. English, may reading, elementary and high school. Tapos meron pa tayong written communication skills. Tapos meron tayong Filipino na subject talaga. At ang ating araling palipunan is also in Filipino. So we were very proficient in both language, no? Taglish was never a word that came out from our generation before. Pero ngayon talaga naghalo-halo na English, Tagalog, Taglish, Phil-ish. So yun siguro, it's more on the setup before. That's why I would rather, if I were to ask, gusto ko bumalik sa dating setup. We can start from there again, and hopefully in the next 10 to 20 years we can produce better graduates in our K-12 program.
Final question. Siguro hindi na natin naabutan yung Spanish na tinuturo, di ba?
Nabutan ko.
Nabutan mo? Ako kasi hindi.
Fourth year ko na. Pero nung college wala na. Pero fourth year high school like Spanish na.
Hindi ko naabutan yon. So, nasa curriculum dati ang Spanish kasi under tayo ng Spain. Pero ngayon, ang nakikita kasi na major language is Mandarin. So, there is meron namang suggestion na idagdag ang Mandarin sa curriculum.
Ako, based on my experience as an educator, dahil ako'y professor din naman and educator, I've been exposed in the education sector even during my younger days. So, ako, if you ask me, I'm going to go back to basics. Importante yung mga bata proficient sa language patterns, Filipino and in English. Second, increase in comprehension. I would rather have languages such as Mandarin, Spanish, German, or Japanese already in the higher levels of education, depending on the interest of the student. In the meantime, I would rather have it back to basics tayo. Maybe later, after 20 years, when we have already rebounded from our crisis in the education sector, maybe we can consider that.
How is the working relationship with Deped? How is the working relationship with Deped now?
Okay kami. We're a team there. Malinaw, magaling magtumpas si Vice President Sara, and we really feel that malinaw yung aming direction. The Matatag agenda was a clear manifestation of where Deped will be going in the administration of Vice President Sara until 2020.
Ito sir,